So this question is from Ann Lee, and this is actually related to an earlier question, but it says, how does your personality disorder relate to your experience of the core of the Christian message, which is love?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's more of a problem of modern Christianity than it is of than it is for me. Agape is more a love of action, a love of the mind, right? Rather than a feeling.
Right.
When Jesus says, love your enemies, he's not saying have warm feelings about your enemies.
Right.
He's talking about how you treat your enemies, how you treat them. And guess what? That's it. Doesn't matter how you feel.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you have a bad feeling towards them.
Yeah.
You still treat them in a certain way.
Right.
And notice when he explains how you are going to be like your heavenly Father,
Yeah.
he explains it in terms of how God acts towards both the righteous and the wicked.
Right.
He still causes his sun to rise
Yeah.
on the evil and the good, sends rain on the righteous and the unrighteous.
Right.
So that doesn't mean that God has wonderful feelings
Right.
about this person. God can still be wrathful towards
Yeah.
these people for rejecting him. And nevertheless, he's still, and it's not just, causing the sun to rise on them and things like that. It's,
Right.
God still is the creator of these people, and he's still upholding them in existence for every moment that they exist. God is the one upholding them, and he's doing that even for the unrighteous.
Yeah.
And so God's doing those things even
Yeah.
for totally evil, wicked people.
Yeah.
So you can't just have utter contempt for them and go kill them or something like this. You have to love them as well. But notice that's doing certain things.
Yeah.
It's not having certain feelings. And so I mean, I can say I love Muslims, right? And what's that? I mean, I want the best for Muslims,
Right.
and I'll do my best to help Muslims.
Right.
It doesn't mean I have a
Fuzzy
I don't know what kind I don't know what kind of feelings non-sociopaths have.
Right.
I know what anger is. I know what rage is. I know what those kinds of feelings
Yeah.
are. I don't know exactly what you guys feel towards
Right.
other people, but I will say that the not all the concepts of love, because you have
Yeah.
love towards your wife, something like the different kinds of love. So
Right.
the Bible has different kinds of words for different kinds of love, but
But it's always love is a commitment, right?
agape is the exact same kind of love that a normal, healthy person and a sociopath could both have towards unbelievers. So.
That's good. Cool. All right. So this question is, we got a couple questions on this, and they're basically just asking, would you consider joining RZIM?
No, and I mean they wouldn't consider asking me, right?
Right.
They understand we're doing kind of different work here.
Right.
Basically, that wouldn't be good for me. That wouldn't be good for RZIM. Right. I would get fired on my first day at RZIM, and they know that, and they would never ask me. But we do things in different ways, and that's good that we do things in different ways, because there are different kinds of Christians in the world, there are different kinds of unbelievers in the world, right? There are certain Christians who like their speaker to have a certain way of doing things.
Right.
There are other Christians who want a different kind of speaker, and there are different kinds of people, right? There are different kinds of ways to reach Muslims, right? There are some Muslims you just need to preach the gospel and be there for them and so on. There are other kind of Muslims who they don't listen to what you say unless you just completely knock the foundation out from their worldview in spectacular fashion. They don't listen to you, right?
Yep.
And so we need different kinds of Christians to do different kinds of things. And RZIM has been amazingly successful. There are obviously tons of people who like their approach. I like their approach very often. I'm friends with a couple members of RZIM, but there are obviously people who like a different kind of approach and respond to that. And so it's I think it's good to have different kinds of Christians in doing different kinds of ministries. But if you do one thing in one way, it's not necessarily well suited to cross over, right?
Right.
And so. Yeah, so
no, I agree.